My beloved child, I know there are people in your life who make it hard for you to breathe. They test your patience, challenge your peace, and stir up emotions you never wanted to feel. I know what it's like to face those who hurt you, who misunderstand you, or who seem to stand in your way at every turn. I see you holding back tears, the sleepless nights when their words echo in your mind, and the moments you feel utterly alone because of the pain they cause. I want you to know that each tear matters to me, and I am here to hold you through it all. I see your struggles, and I see how hard it is to love those who seem unlovable. But today I ask you not to skip this message, because the truth I am about to reveal to you could change everything about the way you see these people, and change the way you see yourself. Could it be, my child, that I am using these difficult people to shape you into something far greater than you can see right now? It's like the way rough seas shape a strong sailor. Could it be that these enemies you face are actually an important part of my plan to transform you into someone more like me? I need you to stay until the end of this message, because what I have to tell you is crucial. You might have felt tempted to turn away, to stop listening, to ignore the uncomfortable call to love your enemies. But that very challenge may be the key to unlocking a deeper understanding of my love for you. Don't skip this. What you learn today might be the wisdom that helps you understand why you're going through this pain and how it can lead to something beautiful. The truth is, I often use the people who are hardest to love to teach you the most important lessons about grace, resilience, and unconditional love. Think of the times you faced someone's harshness and came out stronger because you chose to respond in love. Jesus said, "Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you," because he knew that true love is not measured by how easy it is to love those who love you back. No, real love is tested when you love those who hurt you. My precious child, this is not an easy task, and I know it feels impossible at times. But just as I have loved you, even when you turned away from me, I ask you to love those who are difficult, those who hurt you, and those who seem to be your enemies. I know this feels like too much to ask, but my love for you is limitless, and I want you to share that same love with others. Think about Joseph, the son of Jacob. His own brothers betrayed him. They threw him into a pit, sold him into slavery, and abandoned him to suffer alone in a foreign land. Can you imagine the despair Joseph must have felt, wondering if he would ever see his family again? Can you imagine the pain he must have felt, betrayed by those closest to him? It would have been so easy for Joseph to grow bitter, to let hatred take root in his heart, but instead Joseph chose a different path. He chose to trust me. He chose to believe that even in the face of betrayal, I was still with him. And because of that trust, I used Joseph not only to save his own family, but to save an entire nation from famine. My beloved, when you face betrayal, when someone close to you hurts you deeply, I want you to remember Joseph. Remember the nights he must have cried out for answers, just like you do now. Remember how I took his pain and turned it into something beautiful, something that brought healing and restoration. The difficult people in your life are not there by accident. Every interaction, every harsh word, every misunderstanding, they are all opportunities for growth, even if it doesn't feel that way in the moment. And I know it often feels like more than you can bear, but I promise I am with you in every one of those moments. They are refining your spirit, just like fire refines gold. They are moments where I am teaching you to lean on me, to find strength in my love, rather than in the approval of others. When someone hurts you, it is natural to want to lash out, to protect yourself, to build walls around your heart, to keep the pain out. I see the walls you've built, and I understand why they're there. Together, we will slowly dismantle these walls, and you will see that my love is enough to keep you safe. But I want to help you take them down, brick by brick. But I am asking you to do something different. I am asking you to love instead, to show grace where none is deserved, to extend kindness even when it feels like the hardest thing in the world. Remember David, my servant, who faced King Saul's relentless pursuit. David spent years running, hiding in caves, wondering if the next day would be his last. Imagine the fear that must have gripped David's heart each time he heard Saul's soldiers approaching. The fear, the exhaustion. He faced it all. Saul was jealous, fearful, and intent on destroying David. Yet when David had the chance to take Saul's life, he chose mercy. Even though Saul had caused him so much pain, David chose to trust me and leave judgment in my hands. He chose to spare Saul because he trusted me. He believed that I was in control, that I had a greater plan. David's heart was tested, and in that test, he grew closer to me. My child, the enemies you face today are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to refine you. They are meant to teach you what true love and patience look like. You see, loving your enemies is not about letting them walk all over you. It's not about pretending that the pain they cause doesn't matter. It's about choosing to see them through my eyes, to see the wounds they carry, the pain they hide, and to understand that their actions often come from their own brokenness. It's about recognizing that they too are broken, that they too need my grace. When you choose to love those who hurt you, you are stepping into my heart. You are becoming more like me. And in those moments, know that I am so proud of you, because you are choosing to reflect my love. And that, my beloved, is the greatest transformation of all. I know this isn't easy. I know that every fiber of your being wants to hold on to the hurt, to keep a record of wrongs, to make those who hurt you feel the pain they caused you. I know how much it hurts, my child. But what if I told you that by holding on to that hurt, you are only hurting yourself? It's like holding on to a burning coal, thinking it will hurt the other person, but only burning yourself instead. What if I told you that forgiveness is the key to your freedom, the key that unlocks the door to your peace, that lifts the weight you've been carrying for so long? Think of Jesus, who hung on the cross, bloodied and broken, looking at those who mocked him, who tortured him, and still said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." This was the ultimate act of love, the kind of love that I am inviting you to show to those who hurt you. That kind of love is what I'm calling you to. Love that goes beyond the pain, that offers grace even when it feels impossible. That is the kind of love I am calling you to. A love that transcends pain, a love that heals, a love that sets you free. If you're still with me, I want you to take a moment to reflect. Who in your life is testing you right now? Who is that person who seems to be pushing every button, who always seems to know how to make your heart ache, who seems to make every day feel like a struggle? What if, instead of seeing them as an obstacle, you saw them as a part of my plan for your growth, as someone who is helping you become the person I created you to be? It may not feel like it now, but one day, you will see how these moments helped you grow. What if you chose to love them, to pray for them, to see them as I see them, broken, in need of grace just like you? My child, this is where real transformation happens. This is where you learn to love with my love. And if this message is touching your heart, if you are ready to take that step of faith and start loving your enemies, I invite you to subscribe. By subscribing, you are choosing to stay connected to my words, to my love, and to the journey of becoming more like me each day. Let this be your declaration. I will follow you, even when it's hard. Remember when Peter asked Jesus how many times he should forgive someone who sins against him? Peter was tired, just like you might be, exhausted by the constant hurt. He wanted an end to the pain, just as you do, but he learned that forgiveness is an ongoing choice. Jesus said not 7 times, but 70 times 7. My beloved, forgiveness is not a one-time act. It is a way of life. It is choosing, over and over again, to let go of the hurt, to let go of the bitterness, and to trust that I am working all things for your good. The people who hurt you may never apologize. They may never change, and that's hard. But your heart doesn't have to carry that burden any longer. You deserve to be free from the weight of that pain. But your heart will change, your spirit will grow, and you will find a freedom that you never thought possible. Think about Job, who faced unimaginable suffering. His friends accused him, his loved ones turned against him, and he sat in ashes wondering why all this had happened. Yet through it all, Job remained faithful to me. He prayed for those who hurt him, and in the end, I restored him. My child, I am asking you to trust me in the same way. To trust that even when it seems like everything is against you, I am still for you. To trust that even when people hurt you, I am using it for your good. This is not about them. It's about you. It's about your heart, your growth, your journey towards becoming who I created you to be. Loving your enemies does not mean excusing their behavior. It does not mean allowing them to continue to hurt you. It means setting boundaries with love. It means forgiving them, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. It means trusting me to be your defender, to fight your battles, to bring justice in my time. My beloved, when you choose to love, you are choosing freedom. When you choose to forgive, you are choosing healing. And when you choose to see your enemies through my eyes, you are choosing transformation. Right now, I invite you to lay down your bitterness, your anger, your desire for revenge. Lay it at my feet. Let me take that heavy burden from you. You were never meant to carry it alone. Your heart is weary, but I am strong enough to carry what you cannot. I want to carry it for you. Let me fill your heart with my peace, my love, my grace. I know it's not easy, I know it's a daily choice, but I promise you, the freedom that comes from letting go is worth it. The joy that comes from loving, even when it's hard, is worth it. You are not alone in this journey. I am with you every step of the way, giving you the strength you need to love, to forgive, to let go. If this message has touched your heart, if you are ready to embrace this challenge, I invite you to comment below. I choose love over anger. Let this be your declaration today, a statement of faith, a step towards freedom. Share this message with your family and friends so they too can be encouraged to trust in my guidance, even when facing their enemies. Together, let's learn to love as I love. Let's learn to see our enemies not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. Let's walk this journey together, one step at a time, trusting that I am always leading you towards something greater. My beloved child, you are not alone. I am with you in every moment of this journey. The people who hurt you are not here to break you. They are here to build you. Trust me with your heart, with your pain, with every ounce of your struggle. Let me be your comfort, your refuge, your strength. I promise you, there is beauty waiting to be found here, and there is purpose even in the pain. Hold on to me, for I am holding on to you. Together, we will turn this pain into something beautiful, something sacred, something that brings you closer to my heart, something that transforms not just your life, but the lives of those around you. Every tear you've cried will be turned into a testimony of my faithfulness. Trust me, my child. You are never alone.